And specifically, our agenda is that we're going to look at what are active reports. We're going to look at a few examples of active reports that are pre-built for our demo today. And then we're going to look at how active reports are created, and we're actually going to spend time building an active report. So this is not just a showing you a finished product. We'll actually get into the technical details of how do you build a report, and we'll build a pretty simple but slightly complex active report through the course of the webinar. And then at the end, we'll answer any questions that we've seen throughout the webinar. So our first real focus here then is what are active reports. Active reports are a new concept within Cognos 10 for your end users, your people who would maybe be consuming distributed reports. And they're built to be taken offline, but they can still be used within Cognos Connection. They're built to be sent out, so they're actual single files. And within the single file, there's actually multiple levels of detail. So you're not looking at only the top level of detail. It's not a static report. Even though it's a physical file, you can interact with it. You can click on things and drill down and have your report change based on what you're clicking on. Again, though, the great thing is that it's a distributed single report, and it's in the form of an MHT file, which is a Microsoft technology that allows all that data to kind of be built in the underlings of the report. This can be consumed through any web browser, and I've got a few examples here that I want to look at for our webinar. So if I just click on one of these, it will open up an Internet Explorer. That's my default. You can see that this is actually located on my desktop. It's an MHT file. It looks like a really nice report at first glance, but the key thing here is that this is able to be interacted with. So if I click on Southern Europe, you're going to see all my other charts change. So it's not a static report. It's built for the purpose of interaction. These can get much more complex. So our second example here is slightly more complex than the first. We add in the idea of tabbing between different views. So we've got our tabs at the top. We can tab between different dashboards, if you will, maybe change our products, which is really just going to filter the data at the bottom. We can look at, again, the pie concept of clicking on different areas of the pie, maybe changing which areas of the world we're looking at in our chart at the bottom. And then our final tab, same concept, tabbing between countries, tabbing between products. And then our third one here is the last one I'll show, because that fourth one is actually an example of the one we'll build today. And this is going to be an even step further in complexity. So you can see we've got kind of a frame around this. We've got a lot of images. We've got scrolling data. We can click on our chart here and see the data below the chart change. We can toggle between products, see the animation to bring in the new sets of data. This is kind of an overview of my environment. I can look at this from a marketing analysis point of view. So maybe I want to look at Texas, and I want to drill into one of my customers, into the products, and see which products that customer is buying. If I want to go to my distribution, I can see by gauge how everything's gone the last 3 years. Maybe I want to see that by bar chart, or I want to see that by pie chart, or maybe I want to see